Well, well, well. How is everybody doing? Oh my God. Jesus Christ. All right, let's go ahead. Let's how about we just get to something where even the white liberals, okay, even they can go ahead and get on board potentially because they're not all driving Teslas. Not after Elon. I believed in you. Oh my God. Yeah, no, they're not doing that. So let's go ahead and find out what we could potentially be getting from our Venezuelan cousins, right? Because after all, everybody likes to point out the obvious, but here's the other thing. China and Russia was doing the same thing too. What you think it was over for? The arepas? Huh? You thought they wanted the parecon, the pabellon? No. No, 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 no. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead. Let's find out what these beautiful people have to say. What you got to tell us this morning? All right.
Let's focus now on what all of this could mean for your bottom line. NBC's senior business correspondent Christine Romans here looking at the potential impact on things like oil and gas. Christine, good morning. Of course, we should preface it. It's very early. Yeah. This just happened a few days ago, but the president says he wants U.S. oil companies to basically run the oil operation in Venezuela.
Wait a second. I just thought of something. I feel like DMX and Belly. I could get a job there. Oh my God. One second. All right, let me go get back to it.
What could that mean for consumers, if anything?
Well, look, in the short term, you've got this uncertainty, which could actually push up oil prices a little bit. You're seeing them up a little bit overnight, but there are so many questions, you guys. We don't know what the plan is. We don't know what happens next. We don't know when and if those American oil companies are going to go in there. Chevron already is operating inside the country. But as you know, Venezuela sits on the largest proven oil reserve in the world, but right now is only pushing out like 1% of the oil we use because of so many problems for so many decades in that country. So whatever happens next is going to take years. Analysts this weekend were telling me if everything goes perfectly, like starting tomorrow, you had these investments in the country, it could take 5 to 7 years to be getting meaningful amounts of oil out of Venezuela, 5 to 7 years. So in the near term, the risk is that all of this uncertainty maybe drives up oil prices a little bit. And one analyst this weekend said you could see oil prices rise maybe $3 a barrel. That would be less than 10 cents a gallon for gas. We're coming off a very good time for gas prices.
Yeah,
look at last year. It was a very
good.
stable and declining year for gas prices. So the backdrop here is good for American drivers and consumers.
Well, some Americans are certainly worried about inflation. So on that note, how does all of this impact what we pay for other items?
Yeah, the longer term would be maybe gas prices, very long term, would start to drift lower if you've got Venezuela pumping a lot of oil. But there are questions over the weekend about how this fits in to the president's strategy to lower prices if you're raising all of this uncertainty in the region. And a lot of parallels being drawn to Iraq and Libya, where the United States said it was going to get in there, it was going to fix a big problem and going to be able to exploit that oil.
That's
and that
true.
didn't really turn out that way.
Let's see what happens there. All right, thank you, Christine.
Great to see you
Thank
guys.
you, Christine. We'll see you back next hour.
Man, let me tell you something. All I know is that, hey, they got better weather than Atlanta. All right? And they got beaches and bad bitches. Praise God. I'm already halfway home. All right? I will go hang out if that's what it is. I mean, because this is going to be a big time investment. They are going to need, and that is correct, they're going to need to get those facilities back up to code. That alone is going to cost big dollars, and it's going to take time. And before it's actually operational, I think 5 to 7 years is a little bit more of a stretch. I think that you can get that done a lot sooner, but it all depends because we haven't been able to get there in quite some time. It depends on how badly everything is. How bad off are these things? Because if they're only pumping 1% and some of these other oil companies have just left, the technology that they have, the processes of refining, of refinement that they might be dated, but it doesn't mean that they still can't extract the crude that is within the ground still. All right? Old, not obsolete. It doesn't mean that it doesn't work. So, I mean, in the meantime, in between time, this sounds like something that, man, this sounds like you can go get money, is exactly what that sounds like. And pay attention because look, this is going to be good for the American worker as well. This is how you can become an expat. There's going to be a lot of different opportunities that you can go do to go hang out there and shit. If you think it's expensive here, wait until you get over there, right? Because that right there can potentially reshape and restructure your whole life depending on how you invest it. So, hey man, I don't know. Sounds like a good time. But anyways, that's all I have for you right now. Everybody have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.